This is Dortmund, once a proud industrial city in Western Germany. Today, a city that mirrors the decay of this country and of Europe. We spend 3 days here and are confronted with a shocking reality. Homelessness, crime in plain sight, and the decline of entire neighborhoods. This is Dortmund today. Even the very first steps in Dortmund's Nordstadt, the city's residential district, paint a picture that has hardly anything to do with the Germany of a few years ago. Looking at the dilapidated and run-down houses, it is hard to imagine that this was once a prosperous quarter. The facades are crumbling, the walls are left exposed to the wind and weather. Almost all buildings are covered in graffiti. The owners seem not to care anymore. We enter a stairwell and see the same decay inside. The wind blows through the hallways, windows are smashed, and plaster is peeling off the walls. Often we are viewed with suspicion by the residents. A parallel society has formed here. Many of the women we encounter wear a full-body veil, the so-called burqa. As we explore further, we see shops that have fallen victim to robberies. Since the city sanitation services no longer dare to enter these neighborhoods, the shards of glass simply remain lying on the street. Beside the usual graffiti tags, we also see political messages. Such as pro-Palestine slogans, which show who has settled in these quarters. Because waste collection services hardly visit these problem districts anymore, the trash is piling up. But it's not just the streets that are affected. The parks are completely littered as well. Whether it's old sofas, electronic waste, or sinks, everything is just left there, a feast for rats and pigeons. To get to know the people in Dortmund better, we visit a market in the Nordstadt. It is hard to imagine that we are here in Germany and not in a city in the Middle East. It reminds us more of an oriental bazaar than a weekly market in the Ruhr region. Headscarves are omnipresent. Vendors present fruit and clothing from their home countries. Again and again, we are eyed suspiciously as Germans, as if people are asking themselves what we are doing here. Symbols of the former German past are left to decay. We decide to leave the residential areas and take a closer look at the city center. Here, the picture is even more extreme. Entire streets are no longer signed in German, but in Arabic script. Travel agencies and shops cater to a new clientele. The people here come primarily from Syria, Afghanistan, and North Africa. Anyone wanting to meet some of the remaining Germans must visit the city's addiction centers. Linked to the high poverty rate, more and more citizens have escaped into a dream world. We follow 2 of the affected individuals and position ourselves directly in front of the building. Here, it becomes clear what it means when police structures collapse. Deals happen again and again in broad daylight, yet no one here seems to care. The bizarre part, passers-by buy parking tickets in the immediate vicinity, completely unaware of the danger they are exposing themselves to. Public order officers deliberately look away to avoid any trouble. We notice the atmosphere is aggressive. Heated arguments break out repeatedly. We ask two of the affected people how they get their money.
How do you earn the money you need?
I work the streets so I can take care of myself. I don't get any money from the state either. I have to eat something too.
It wasn't long ago that I was attacked on the street. The guy choked me. Luckily, I managed to get free and ran away.
I've also experienced much worse things, but I don't want to talk about that.
A report from hell right in the middle of Germany. Anyone who wants to experience this criminality firsthand only needs to walk through Dortmund. Again and again, we find ourselves in situations where you can physically feel the city's aggression. Homeless, whom we see at almost every corner of the city, are particularly exposed to this climate. They search through trash cans for food. We ask a man who has witnessed the decay of Dortmund firsthand and now lives on the street himself. He describes to us the injustices he feels exposed to every single day.
A few weeks ago, I was attacked here and stabbed. Give me money, or I'll kill you. With the knife in my back, and you can clearly see it up here in my head. I was just sitting here, Sunday morning. He needed money for drugs, and when I couldn't give him any money, he pulled out his knife. Refugees are number one here. They can do whatever they want. We are completely neglected here. We are at the very bottom. Where do we stand?
In fact, our research confirms his statements. Many of the available aid offers are now primarily aimed at newcomers. Even at the food bank, the impression is growing that support is increasingly focused on this demographic, while locals like him often feel forgotten. With this depressing conclusion, we come to the end of the video. Since these reports take a lot of effort and expense, we really appreciate every bit of support. Subscribe to the channel and help make these videos possible. See you soon from another city in Europe.